Alright YouTubers, this is the Dispose List, and in this video I'm going to show you my new Royal Enfield Bullet 350. I'm sure you'll all agree she is lovely and we could just stare at her, but I'm also going to point out the accessories and mods. And first up you can see my little Percy. There's a brass tax disc holder there, which obviously has no function these days, but in it you can see my first Greyhound and the basis of the channel logo, Percy. Moving swiftly on, I added a dashboard clock. It's not exactly a perfect fit, it stands up from the dashboard a little bit, but I think it looks good enough, and it sort of finishes the console off. And it covers the Royal Enfield logo, which is one of the modern ones I wasn't particularly keen on. Next up is some leather grip tape from Trip Machine. The original Coke bottle grips are fine, but I prefer a bit of extra girth myself, and I think these look good too. And here we're seeing some stadium round bar end mirrors I got from Hitchcocks. I'm a pretty wide guy, so it helps to have bar ends to see around myself. These also flip in and out if you need to get through tight spaces or for storage. It's worth noting that when you do move them around, they tend to then need a bit of adjustment, but they don't wobble around when you're actually using them. And here you're seeing an upgrade to the bulbs in the Tiger Eye parking lights. The originals were sort of very dim, very orange affairs, which is probably where they get the Tiger Eye name from, but it kind of made them pretty ineffective at anything, really. But as they are now, I think they work quite well as a safety feature, look-at-me lights, as it were. And what you're seeing here is called a headlamp peak. Were they a wartime thing to keep the light from shining up at bombing aeroplanes? Were they to concentrate the light down onto the road? No idea, but I think they're a good-looking classic feature. And while I've got the ignition on for the parking lights, I may as well toot my horn. This is a replacement for the original, which was effective but sounded a little bit electric. And this one has a bit more of a mellow tone, like a taxi or a clown car, if you will. Next up, I'm pulling around on the lead for the TomTom Power. I've used TomTom riders on bikes before, but this is the first time I've bothered to plumb in the electrics because it's pretty easy on the Bullet. I think it always used to be a thing with classic bikes that you could quite easily get to the power that leads to the headlight for whatever purposes you wanted, and it's the same here. There's even an auxiliary socket behind there, and all you have to do is add a plug to the TomTom power lead and put it into that socket and then feed it through. Next we're seeing a genuine Royal Enfield Sump Guard. It's very solidly made and would definitely protect it against any rocks or whatever else might bump up into the engine. Also will keep all the crud off of it, as you can see. At the same time, to keep road poop off the engine and the bike, I fitted this simple mud flap. Quite often it's recommended that these are riveted or bolted on, but this one I just used 3M tape, plenty of it, but it's worked fine and it's stuck. No sign of it coming loose, but if it does, it wasn't an expensive part, and then maybe next time I'll bolt it on. And while I'm down there, I'm just showing you my new wheels. These are the standard Royal Enfield alloys. These are type 1 of 2. Standard for the classic, I should say, but they fit the Bullet just the same. I also had tubeless tyres fitted at the same time. These are Bridgestone BT46s. They weren't cheap, but they are good. And no, sorry if you want any hints and tips, I didn't fit these myself. I had them done at Newcombe Brothers in Chelmsford when I was having my first service done. This I did fit myself though. It's the DNA air intake cover and the DNA filter. I can't say I've noticed any performance difference as such. I'm still getting used to the bike anyway, but it's a little bit louder, not unpleasantly so. That's all I've noted thus far. Next, I'm quite awkwardly trying to show you the right hand side commuter pannier, the ammo box, whatever you want to call it. You might be able to see the kit includes a D-shaped pannier rail, and then the box is attached by 3 brackets and 3 rubber spacers to give it extra stability. And now you're seeing a left-hand pannier, which might be confusing if you're a fellow Bullet owner, because you will have looked and you'll know you can't get them. Well, to cut a long story short, this is a right-hand side pannier that I've flipped around and put on the left. All you need to do is source yourself a left-hand side pannier rail and drill some extra holes to match where the mirrored positions of the rubber spacers are now. I covered the original holes with some waterproof tape and it all seems to work pretty well. If anyone needs any more details, ask me in the comments and I'll try and answer. What I'm showing you here are 2 markings on the handlebars and the handlebar clamp. And if your handlebars are aligned as they were in the factory, then these marks will be aligned. Mine felt a little bit low when I first got them, and sure enough, when I checked, they were misaligned according to these marks. And last but certainly not least, I'm starting off here by showing you the brake pedal as it originally was, and then how it is now after I sliced half of it off with an angle grinder. I think the original brake pad is massive. I suppose if you're an Indian riding in flip-flops, as they often do, it's quite handy to have a large brake pad, but I found it was causing me to have to bend my foot out a little uncomfortably, and this modification has fixed that completely. I guess it might seem a bit extreme, but it was pretty easy to do, and the part itself, if I mucked things up, is only 15 quid to get another one. It's a solid stainless steel part, so it cut nicely with a standard metal cutting disc on a normal angle grinder. And then I just Dremelled it to make the finish a bit smoother. And you can see I've stuck some waterproof tape to it. I'm not sure if that will stay on or if it's really necessary. Either way, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. Right, well, that's it for now. I do have a few more things lined up, a decap pipe, a rear rack, engine guards, maybe fog lights, touring bars perhaps, but we'll see how it goes. If you have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, please do feel free to leave a comment and I'll try and answer. Please do like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.